Swinging a high drive into center field. It's at the wall. It is gone. Casas does it again. It's gone. It's into the bullpen. This game is tied.
He swings and rips one to center field. It's high. It's deep. It's back. It's gone. Sale winds. He fires. Swing and a miss. Strike three. It's over. The Red Sox have won the World Championship.
What's up? Welcome back to Play Tessie episode 241. This is the official Red Sox podcast of WEEI. Before we get going, hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcast, rate 5 stars, leave a comment. Help all of those things help us out so much. So we really appreciate it when you guys support the fellas. Hit us up on WEI's YouTube channel. You can find the Play Tessie playlist there. Hit the thumbs up on all of our videos and subscribe to WEI. And then find us on the socials at Play Tessie on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So I'm here with Sammy. I'm here with Pat, but also Joe Braverman. I'm saying your full name. Joe Braverman, step on in. Our fearless producer, Joe. We have been hyping up this moment for a long time. First off, it is a Who Says No Wednesday. So you know what that means. It's time for the Who Says No intro.
I am right now poolside in Miami.
Hi, I'm Bo Bichette. This is Who Says No on Play Tessie.
Thank you, Bo. So yeah, this is the backstory. The backstory here is that Joe put together Who Says No in the offseason. Help me remember what it was. It was just there in the intro, but I didn't see it.
I got it. Okay, I remember it.
What do you got?
I think. So Bo Bichette to the Red Sox. Vaughn Grissom. Cutter Crawford. Crap, who are the other two guys? Wilyer and Cespedes.
And Yoelian Cespedes.
Wilyer, who just hit his 20th home run on Sunday, excuse me.
Hey, listen, Cutter Crawford hasn't thrown an inning all year. So,
and by the time you listen to this podcast, Wilyer is probably going to be at 30 home runs. He's going to hit 10 between now and when we drop this.
People were very mean online to Joe. It's funny because people have been very mean to me and Sammy and our latest proposals. So now the hate is kind of getting spread around. But this one at the time, we had never gotten this much interaction or hate on a trade proposal to that point. And Joe ate it on the next show. We read him off some of our favorite replies. But we said he was suspended from submitting trades until the trade deadline. We have now all made one Who Says No. Joe is last up. The redemption tour starts now, Joe. Are you ready with a trade proposal for us?
You can call it redemption. You can call it revenge tour, however you want. I think I've got a proposal that will hopefully change some things.
Joe, you say the word revenge. Who are you taking revenge on?
Just everyone who, I mean, no one in particular, but just everyone who thinks we're all dumb and we don't know ball, that kind of stuff.
I want to play the video. I think I can figure out how to put it up on the board. Here we go.
They want to straddle that line right there in the middle.
Listen, Joe, I'm going to cut you off for a second because there's no defending the trade. It wasn't a good trade. Joe, do you have notifications on? Were you seeing every single...
Why would you do that? All right, here we go. Joe sucks. This is from my man, Dan. I listened today. You guys were nice in this. I nearly fainted. Ignore the positive comments. Praying emoji. This is from Noah. Should make him walk the plank for even considering this trade. What? And I sincerely mean this. The is this? For a single year of Bo? Laughable. Joe should be tarred and feathered for this bullshit. That's from Brendan. And then personally, my favorite, this is from Dylan. I think the person suggesting this should be boiled.
That's the best one. The boiled. One of them responded. So Joe is never coming back, right? That's from Casas Defender.
I am right now poolside in Miami, so life is good.
No, Joe.
And
People
hated
hated the poolside thing. This comes from Tim. Put down the poolside fentanyl, my man.
I got one more tweet, and this might be the most damning of all. From Red Sox payroll. Twitter has a lot of trade proposals. I can safely say this is the single worst one I've ever seen. There is a sweet little kind of cherry on top when this social clip comes out of us talking about all of the mean tweets, there are 4 of us here. Only one person here knows how to edit social clips, and it is Joe. So he will be making his own roast social clip.
I love that. That's a great video. Joe, first of all, quick reaction to the video. Does that bring you back to a stressful time in your life?
Stressful? No, I was having the best time of my life.
That's the right attitude.
Yeah.
That's the right attitude.
That was great. I was on cloud 9.
See, because you said it in the video, but you had the notifications on, and I know that feeling. I had it when people really hated my Olsen Duran trade. Seeing the mean responses come in at a rapid pace, it can be jarring because people are they're coming after you. They're telling you don't know ball. But Joe, you're out today to prove to the world that you do know ball. Let's hear your Who Says No, Joe. What do you got for us?
Speaking of Gordo, this guy, I think you could say you're a fan favorite of, and maybe not in real baseball, but maybe MLB The Show. You might enjoy it.
Sammy, who is it?
A guy you like in MLB The Show?
If Pat knows it, Pat knows it.
All right, tell me.
Go ahead, Pat. You can say
Edward Cabrera.
Bang.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
I think Cabrera, so just backstory for this guy. He's going to be starting when his start is on Tuesday. We drop on Wednesday. So not everything is up to date. So he's got
wrecked.
He's got 16 starts on the year. He's 3-4. He's got the 3.61 ERA. But I personally, in looking at his numbers, I like his stuff. His fastball is like his bread and butter, but he doesn't use it as much. He's in the 95th percentile in that fastball. He averages about 96.5 miles per hour, but he only uses it 14% of the time. So I think if you bring him along to the Sox, he can unleash that fastball and maybe work on cleaning up his other stuff, like his changeup, his curve, his sinker, and his slider. And he's middle of the road when it comes to chase rate, whiff rate, and the K rate. The biggest flaw on him is that he gives up a lot of hard contact. He's down near the bottom when it comes to hard hit balls. But, Sammy was talking about one of the guys who's a ground ball pitcher. And with this kind of defense, he is 72nd in that percentile in ground ball rate. Now, everyone might look at that 3.61. That's a little bit inflated because he played in 4 games in April and his ERA was 7.23. But in these last few months, it's been 2, 2.89, and 3.00. So he's been a nice, steady pitcher. So I think Cabrera coming to the Sox is kind of along the lines of them getting Charlie Morton. Kind of not that full-scale elite pitcher, but someone who can just provide depth. Like we were talking about in the last episode, I don't know if you could trust him to start in the postseason, but he could be like a nice long reliever. Maybe whatever they were going to do with Hunter Dobbins and Richard Fitz, depending on who was in the rotation, maybe who was the long man in the bullpen. So I have the Sox getting Cabrera, and I have them giving up the password. I think they give up Jhostynxon Garcia. Just one of the I think the highest prospect talent that's out there in AAA. I know one could argue, at least in terms of impact, you have the Portland pitchers out there. I'm also throwing in my man Yoelin Cespedes. Got to have a little touch of
trade him twice.
I think he's still pretty young, where the Marlins might want to develop him. And then I am throwing in a pitcher up in Portland, but I'm throwing Brandon Clark in there because I think, me personally, I don't want to give up on Peyton Tolley, and I think Connolly early still has some big gains to make, so I want to keep him there. Brandon Clark, I think, for me, would then be the odd man out. So, again, the proposal, Edward Cabrera to the Sox from the Marlins, and Miami gets Jhostynxon Garcia, Yoelin Cespedes, and Brandon Clark. Who says no?
Oh, Joe, I was so nervous. When you said the first 2 guys, I was like, oh my God, this is not going to be nearly enough if those are like the headlining guys. So Clark, password, Cespedes. I think that's fair value for Miami. The problem is it's at the trade deadline. So I think other teams might outbid you, and the Marlins are going to ask for more. So trying to think of a way to do it. Maybe if you swap out Cespedes for Franklin Arias, I think that probably works. But do you want to do that? That's the problem. It's like, do you want to do that? Or you take out Password for Franklin Arias? I think that still works. So I'm also not as high on Arias as other people, but that doesn't really matter because it's all about the value here. So I think that you are slightly under, not because it's not fair value, but because of the timing of the trade and that there will be other teams who would probably be willing to outbid you if they really believe in Edward Gordo Cabrera.
Sammy, it's interesting you say that you think they need more. And Cabrera does have 3.5 years of control. So like that's why if you're listening and you're wondering why Joe named 3 legitimate prospects for Edward Cabrera, and like when you hear trade returns for Merrill Kelly or Zach Gallen, it's because those guys are rentals. This guy, he's got 4 postseasons worth of control. But Sammy, I see 2 top 100 prospects plus Cespedes. Like I think that's maybe even a little much. Like I think you could get a guy like, because Cabrera hasn't been like, he's for 12 starts now. Joe alluded to it. Yeah, he had a tough April. For 12 starts, it's a 2.54 ERA, 3.12 FIP. So he's been that guy lately. But this isn't a guy who's been a proven mid-rotation starter for years. He has had his struggles. So you are taking a risk taking him on. So I actually think you could maybe get a guy like Cabrera, maybe more of it in the offseason. Maybe if you're getting him at the deadline, this is right around the value you'd have to give up. But if it were the offseason, I don't think you'd even need to give up as much as Joe proposed. The question I have for you, though, Sammy, is Edward Cabrera, like, because if you're getting 3.5 years of Edward Cabrera, you're committing to him being that kind of mid-rotation number 2 guy moving forward. Do you feel comfortable with Edward Cabrera being that guy?
Moderately comfortable. I think that he's probably not the guy I would go for if I'm the Red Sox, but just for this trade, I think it makes sense if that is who they target. I think, I'd feel like a 6 out of 10 confidence-wise. I think going into a playoff game, like good, not great, but like right in the middle. And I think a guy like this, like Cabrera, I know he's had his ups and downs, and people will roll their eyes at this. The stuff is unbelievable, and he has about a 10 strikeouts per 9 over his career, even with the low points that he's had. And now he's just starting to figure it out. I know Joe already went over the stats, but a mid-3s ERA is really, really valuable at the deadline, starting pitcher-wise. And he's only 27. He's got the team control. I think he's going to be super, super expensive. And people might be underrating how valuable this guy's going to be at the deadline. It's simply because on our last episode of Play Tessie, we spoke about how there's not a ton of great pitching options, and the guys who are team controlled are crazy expensive. So put Cabrera in that bin. I think Joe is close. Joe is close, but I think you need a premium prospect in there. And I think Clark could be a premium prospect, but he hasn't pitched enough. I think Password is not quite a premium prospect, and I don't think Cespedes is close right now. So I think you need a guy like Arias who's on that fringe of being one of the elite prospects.
This is the Marlins we're talking about, Sammy. Let's keep that in mind.
But they love prospects. They hoard prospects.
I need Pat to settle the debate here because Joe put the proposal together. So Joe thinks it's a fair trade. Sammy, it sounds like you're saying if someone's going to say no, it's going to be the Marlins.
I think the Marlins say no here, yeah.
I think the Red Sox say no here. Pat, where are you at?
So I think both teams say no, and not because it's not a fair trade. I think the price is actually spot on. I think that's what it takes to get a pitcher of Cabrera's caliber for 3.5 years. The upside is abundantly clear. It's a lot to give up for a guy who you're kind of banking on upside more than what he's been. But I think in this market, yeah, that's going to be what it takes. I think the Marlins would say no because I agree with Sammy. I think at the deadline, there's going to be teams who are going to really overpay. And that package is very good. I think there's teams out there who could top it. and I don't think the Red Sox would top it. So I think the Marlins say no because at the deadline there could be a better package out there. I think the Red Sox say no because if you're giving up Clark, Cespedes, and Password, I think they would prefer to go the rental route, keep those guys for another package, and go get, the Joe Ryan type, the Sandy Alcantara type. So I think they're not going to put all of these trade chip eggs in the one Edward Cabrera basket. So I think that's why both teams said no. I think value-wise, spot on. I think that's exactly what it takes. 1 to 2 top 100 guys in a high upside team. But yeah, I think both say no. But Joe, much improved.
Yeah.
Much better. What a redemption.
I'll take it, boys.
Quick explanation. Oh, go ahead.
Yep, let him hear it.
Oh, tip the cap. Sammy, your thought?
Gordo and Pat, I think, respectfully, you guys might be overrating the Red Sox prospects a bit. And I like Clark, and he was outstanding at the beginning of the season, but he's thrown 34 innings this year. Really haven't seen. They've been a great 34 innings, but they haven't been against the best competition. And it's a tiny, tiny sample. It's a high A pitcher we're talking about. And then Password, I don't want to say bad things about Password. Everyone loves Password. He's great. He looks cool. But this guy swings and misses a ton in AAA. A ton. And his stats are good, but so are Bobby Dahlbeck's. And I'm not saying they're the same guy, but that's that swing and miss in AAA. It doesn't always translate. And defensively, he's, good but not great. So it's not like a plus defender. So I just don't think those are. I think next year, Brandon Clark might be a huge pitching prospect. Password, I don't know if he's ever going to be a premier prospect. Like right now, his in-zone swing is 20th percentile. In-zone contact, 16th percentile. Whiff, 35. Chase, 26. Like, not good. 38th percentile K rate. This is throughout the minors. So he does have power. He can play center field. Those are good things. I just don't think he's a great prospect. I already explained Clark. And then Yoelin Cespedes is like 7 years old. So he's not even close. And he already doesn't have a position. So I don't think those are good enough prospects to get a 27-year-old, big upside, middle of the rotation pitcher on a rookie deal with team control at the deadline.
I'll push back a little bit, Sammy. I agree with what you're saying about the warts with Password, but you've got what?
I thought
the
I
phrasing,
thought about that literally. I was like, ew, dude, he's got like warts all over him. Like, ugh.
But no
offense if anyone has warts and you're listening. It's all good.
No, it's natural. It's fine if you do. But yeah, I mean, he's not a perfect prospect, but you've got two guys there that lists have, like, who is it? I think BA has Clark in their top 100, and pretty much every list at this point has Password in their top 100. Two top 100 guys and another for Edward Cabrera, who I love Edward, and it's going to feel wrong talking a little bit bad about him here, but this is the first year in his 5 years of pitching in the majors that he's been above the 10th percentile in walk rate. This is really his first year kind of putting anything together, and it's been 12 starts. So it's not like you're going after some proof. Like if this were Joe Ryan, it's like, yeah, like you're going after a proven guy who's been that dude. He's done it for years. Like, yeah, you need a premium, legitimate, not even just top 100, but like top 30 to 50 guy in there to headline the package. For a guy like Edward, the Marlins trading him right now would be them selling high because they're afraid that he could revert back to what he's been for the last 4 years, which is a guy who can't locate the ball in the strike zone.
They should sell high. They should.
Yeah. They should sell on everything. I mean, they shouldn't. Maybe they should. Should they trade Kyle Stowers?
No way. No. That's the guy they should keep.
No.
Keep him. What's the point of even having a franchise? If you trade for a guy because he's cheap on a rookie deal and he becomes an all-star, and they're like, let's trade him again. Like, why even sell the team? They should already sell the team.
They've got nothing in their organization. It's like,
you can tank, but you can't make it so freaking obvious if you trade away Stowers.
I'm not saying like
Gordo. By the way,
last place.
What top 100 list is Brandon Clark on? And I'm not to
Baseball America.
What? That's crazy, dude. He's pitched 34 innings. That's great for the Red Sox, but like, wow. I think Brandon Clark's going to be awesome in the future. He's going to be a really good pitching prospect. But right now,
I agree. It is it's a little aggressive. But I mean,
How old is he?
it's his first year out of college, so he must be like
he's 20. He's 22 in single A too. Like, yeah, I mean, that's not that
it's
bad.
His first, it's his first year after getting drafted, so it's not like he's been sitting in the minors.
For sure. No, I know. And then Password, like, yeah, he's top 100, but he's literally like 98th, 99, 100. It's not the same as Arias, who's 42. Big gap between those guys. So, and that maybe it's enough.
Password in like the top 50. I swear I've seen him.
Arias.
Not that he should be, because I agree with you, Sammy. He shouldn't be. Arias, Keith Law had him in the top 10.
Jumped. Yeah,
That's
Arias
crazy.
jumped
That's crazy.
on MLB.
I agree.
Arias jumped on MLB.
I like Arias.
He's up.
Where's Arias on MLB, Pat?
He's up to 37.
Jeez.
Yeah, like
That's
I
kinda
still think there is a path for Arias on the Major
97
League roster. I don't think he's blocked. Like if you can put him at second base, maybe he's that long term. Him and Meyer taking care of the middle infield. Like I still see a path where Arias can be some kind of contributor.
Well, if you're
He's
trading
19.
Arias,
He's
19. What I meant.
He's 19 years old. He's a kid. He's literally a teenager in single A. He's not even in my mind right now as a Boston Red Sox contributor. That's years away. I think he's your big trade chip, Franklin Arias.
And if you're trading him, you need to aim higher than Edward Cabrera. That's where I'm at.
Yes, that's what I was going to say with you.
That's the thing I was working on, was like I was thinking of a trade. I didn't want to include Tolley. I didn't want to include Connolly early. And I didn't want to include Franklin Arias because I think those guys, maybe not now, but like in a couple of months are going to be like the three most valued prospects that the Red Sox have in their farm system. No offense to the Password, because I think Password he will get traded in a deal of some kind. If it's something of this level, he might be included in a big one. But those three are like so viable. Like to me, they're sort of the do not trade unless it's
Totally, especially.
Yeah.
I think therein lies the issue with the target. Not that it's a bad who says no idea, but the target, I think the trade offer Joe proposed, I don't think it would be enough. And I think for it to be enough, at that point, you're including Arias. And if you're the Red Sox, you're like, nah, this probably isn't worth it. We could get a cheaper option and then come back to like Joe Ryan in the offseason, like you guys said.
I think a big portion, like to build off of what you're saying there, Sammy, a big portion of the reason why I would have the Red Sox saying no to this is because of the target. Like they've got room to add a guy that they think can co-anchor a rotation with Garrett Crochet. And I love Edward Cabrera. Like when I was proposing who says no's for him multiple years ago, it was, okay, the Red Sox have room for multiple starters in their rotation. They can try to shoot for the stars with upside. Like they don't seem to have very much starting pitching at all, and they have room to try to take some shots. Right now, they're trying to compete, and they need a guy who they know can start game 2 of a postseason game. That's what, if they're going for, if you're going for rentals, yes, get a guy that you think can get you through this season and reevaluate in the offseason, try to get that guy then. But if you're going for a long-term piece, you have to understand that you're not going to be able to trade for another starting pitcher for some time. So if you're trading for Edward, you better be damn fucking sure that he's going to be that number 2 guy. And as much as I love the guy and like the upside is limitless, that's where my holdup is, because I'm not against trading any of the guys that Joe listed in that trade, even though I think I would say no if I'm the Red Sox value-wise. The true holdup for me is the guy, is Edward, which is crazy because I love Edward. But I don't think he's a number 2, and I don't think he's the guy who I can count on this year to start game 2.
All right, that's fair. Well, all in all, Joe, I think you did a good job. This was a good bounce back. It was definitely, we had dissenting opinions. That was good.
That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. And I will say, as we get near the end, last year, or the last proposal, I said I was poolside in Miami, so I didn't care about the responses. I got a different reasoning this time. I got a different reasoning. I don't care how much pushback I get, because my sister just got married a few days ago by the time this drops. So I am on cloud 9. I added another sister to my family. So fuck all of y'all if you don't like my proposal.
Clip it.
Damn, dude. I'm such a scumbag. If I went to a family's wedding and then something bad happened to me the next day, I'd be like, I'm fucking pissed. I've already forgotten about the wedding. But Joe, you're a much better person than me, so appreciate that.
I'm trying to find out really quick before we wrap. where everyone is on Baseball America's rankings. I'm scrolling through. I'm probably missing someone.
Well, while you're scrolling, let's go through it again. Pat says both teams say no. Sammy says that the Marlins say no.
I think both teams say no, but if I had to pick a team, I think the Marlins are more likely to say.
Okay, you're both.
Let's force Pat's hand here. If you had to pick a team to say no.
Ooh.
He's like, oh shit.
Red Sox. Red Sox, and it's not because of the price they have. It's not because of the price. It's because of the player.
So that's the fit, yeah.
I'm going Red Sox, and it's mainly because of that as well. And here's the rankings. So they still have Roman at number 1 and Meyer at number 8. I've got, of course, I forgot to write down the number that Tully was. He was number, I'm about to get it, 48. Tully's 48. Arias 56. Clark 73. And Password 97.
Wow.
Password.
Just saying, two 100s for Cabrera.
I have no clue what kind of guy Password is going to be in Major League Baseball. He's got like a weird profile.
That's why you let Miami figure out who he is.
Yeah, the truth is he really should. I mean, he deserves to go to a team where he can get a call up at the end of the year and give it a go. Like, he's shown he's ready for that. Maybe not like a full-time job or anything, but he's shown he's ready to give it a go somewhere, and it's not going to be here. Like, if it's going to be here, it's going to be next year, like with the Red Sox letting Ref Snyder go and Password stepping into a left-handed pitcher only role. Like, is that really, like, you could do
Not the best value. You could get more. Yeah. You could get more value if you trade him elsewhere. Trade him like the Diamondbacks or something. Somewhere chill where he can just be cool and chill.
Trade him to the Twins.
I think my comp for Password, not to a T because he was so good when he was healthy, but like a Mitch Haniger type.
Oh, I could see that. That'd
be great.
He was nasty for a while. Mitch Haniger was a good ball player, Pat. Let me tell you, solid ball player.
Yeah.
Guy you want on your side.
Like a Haniger though, absolutely.
Oh, you take that a million times out of a million. The thing is just he's not going to get the chance to do that here because we already talked about how many fucking outfielders the Red Sox have.
Yeah.
So, but Joe, very, very good work, Joe. If you get hate on this, it's not deserved. Like, Sammy got a bunch of hate for his trade. That was totally undeserved. Like, that was crazy. We had a legitimate discussion about the value of that trade on the pod, and you would have thought that Sammy proposed like Mackenzie Gore for. They said the Red Sox say no, so you would have thought that you were proposing Roman and Meyer for Mackenzie Gore. Like,
there were some comments the other way. We got one today. Someone said the price for Gore would start at Anthony and Meyer at least. I'm like, all right. So if we get comments like that, it makes me feel fine about my.
Yeah, the crap I got from you guys though was good crap.
Yeah, we got good crap. Good crappers. Good crappers.
We love good crap on this show.
Bang! Pooped his pants.
Joe, any final? Yeah, bang! Poopy pants, Pomerantz. Joe, do you have any final words before we wrap this thing up?
Just thanks for bringing me back for Who Says No. I clearly learned my lesson from what was it? The January, February when I made that deal. I am still a Bo Bichette fan.
Hell yeah.
And
so are we, man. He was cool. He was cool to do the intro for us.
Yeah. And thanks to Bo for doing that intro for us. And maybe the next move I make will be another Bo Bichette package. You never know. But if I'm back on the Who Says No wagon, I'm ready to keep rolling.
Joe, this offseason, when Bo Bichette is a free agent, we're going to have some fun on this damn show. There's no fit here, but I don't care. We're going to have fun. That's going to do it for episode 241 of Play Tessie. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember, hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts. Rate 5 stars. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think of Joe's trade. Tell us who says no. The Red Sox or the Marlins in this case. Remember to subscribe, rate 5 stars, and find us on YouTube on WEI's channel, where you can hit the thumbs up on all of our videos, which can be found on the Play Tessie playlist. Don't forget to subscribe to WEI. And then find us on the socials at Play Tessie on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We're going to have this trade blasted across all of our socials, and you can tell us there. You can vote who says no. You can leave a comment. Tell us who says no. You know the drill. But for Sammy, for Pat, for Joe with the trade of the day today, sending Edward Cabrera to the Red Sox, it's Gordo here for Play Tessie, a Who Says No edition. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.